Tip number 1 is tell what tribe your opponent is playing by their starting points.
I already spent 4 minutes going into detail on how this one works, but I already made a video on it. You can tell what tribes your opponents can be based on these points system, and it can be very helpful unless your opponent has 515 points. So yeah, that's pretty simple, but if you want more detail, make sure to go check out my other video.
Point number 2 is use giant creation on city to boost troops. On this building will make the catapult hopefully go in the right direction that I want. Now there's a chance. Okay, there we go. And super unit. What are the odds that it picked to go this way? Like, that is super great. So now I can actually hit it. Boom. Tons of value. That's great.
Not only can you use giant creation to boost troops, you could also use it to remove intruders. Like if there's a troop on top of your capital or something, you can just, get the population to get a giant and then spawn it in, and it'll push the troop right off.
Point number 3 is use mindbenders to heal in ocean warfare.
Mindbenders are very underrated, and they're very helpful, to me at least, in ocean combat, because not only do they make skills 33% less expensive, they also help healing a lot. So here I am healing normally, and then using the mindbender to heal a second time. So that's really helpful, and I can use this for multiple battleships at once, and it really just annoys the opponent when I'm able to escape so quickly, and then the battleship will be back in a couple turns, full health again, and it's just a ton of value.
Point number 4 is rune chart. So basically what the rune chart is it's just like you have a 25% chance to get a skill, 25% chance to get resources, 25% chance to get a swordsman, and 25% chance to get population. But it isn't exactly 25% because if they are unexplored tiles nearby, that won't apply.
If there are any unexplored tiles 2 blocks away from the ruin you're exploring, there's a chance that you can actually get an explorer, but if not, then you will not get an explorer guaranteed. And all the other ones I've said, like 25% chance to get a skill, 25% chance to get a swordsman. Of course, that is obvious. You can't get a swordsman on ocean, and you can't get a skill with a full skill tree. Like, that stuff is kind of obvious. I'm just pointing that up right now.
Next thing on the list is hit knights with defenders. Now this is a very small tip, but I find people are very afraid to attack things with their defenders. But it is actually a positive trade to hit knights with defenders. So yeah, just do that next time you can.
I'm not going to waste much time with this one, but a lot of times I do see shieldsmen next to knights and people don't hit the knight. So I'm just going to tell you how much value it gets. So the damage done back to the shieldsman is about 0.2 stars of damage, and the damage done to the knight is worth about 0.7 stars, which is a good trade, but like it's 0.5 star difference. So it's not really a big deal, but I do see people tend to do this. So you just got to keep your eye out, and it could also greatly reduce the knight's damage, while no one really cares about reduced damage with defenders, and they're cheap anyway, so whatever.
Number 7 is consider purposely losing cities so you can easily take back to get tech for cheaper. This is a very stupid one, but if you're playing against bots and you know it can save you some time, maybe do it. It's probably the stupidest one on this list, even though the next one's pretty stupid. Number 8 is spawn Easter bunnies. Here's another piece of advice that could help you win games. So what you want to do is you want to find a tile in your territory, and you want to click on it 20 times. Easter bunny!
What? What the?
Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you want to hit the Easter bunny. Okay, let's end my turn. Okay, we're gonna hit the Easter bunny again. End my turn. Wait, what? I'm getting raided by the Easter bunny? Wait. So basically, yeah, that does not win any games. This is a very useless feature. Let's see what the Easter bunnies do. One thing I do know about the Easter bunnies is they cannot claim your capital. So you can actually just spam Easter bunnies and let them slowly overflow the world. And like the enemies will hit them and they'll hit them back, and it'll be like, you can actually win by just spamming Easter bunnies. If you guys want to see me win by only spamming Easter bunnies and nothing else for an entire game, make sure to subscribe. Okay, number 9 is a cool defense tip you need to know.
Okay, so the next bit of information is pretty simple, but basically it's that defense only affects when people are defending. I know, it's a surprise, but if you have a defense shield around one of your troops' HP or whatever, it won't be affected when the troop hits back when you're hitting them. Defense will only reduce damage to the person receiving the first attack and not the response attack back. But of course, usually the first attack does tend to do more damage with most troops, but you know, you just gotta keep that in mind, and small amounts of defense can make a huge difference, especially for warriors and riders.
Okay, number 10 is to use giants to capture giants using Mindbender. Okay, so here I have a Mindbender, but the Mindbender cannot move and hit, and I want to convert this giant right here. So there's a chance that if I make a giant on this capital, it'll boost this guy into the giant. So yeah, this is kind of, I already kind of did this one with the catapult, but I feel like going over this with Mindbenders can be really, like, funny. So we're gonna see it, test our luck with this, and boom. Let's see which way he gets pushed. Let's go. So the giant pushed the Mindbender into this guy's giant. Now I can hit his giant and he'll become one of my giants, which is OP. Like, he did not expect that at all. That is a genius strat, which you should use if you can. Mindbenders are underrated. People need to use them more, especially in naval combat. But because of how useless the Easter Bunny tip was, I feel like I should do another tip. So this one is some pretty cool advice in comparing the usefulness of swordsmen on fortified cities. So when a troop is on a fortified city, they get normal defense unless they are a swordsman or a shieldman. So a shieldman is pretty good because it's cheap and that's what most people use. But a swordsman has the same exact stats with more damage. So it will actually dominate anything trying to hit it unless it's like a battleship or a catapult. Okay, so if the archer was to hit him, he would kill him. So that is crazy. What about this? 10 damage, 4 damage. Like, this knight will only do 4 damage to this guy, and he'll do 10 whole damage. Like, and the swordsman is really cheap, so, like, this is a crazy deal. And the normal troop will get killed by doing this. That is crazy. And the rider will obviously get killed by doing this. That is insane. So you want to make sure, if you can, to put swordsmen on your fortified cities instead of your defenders, because swordsmen just do so much more damage, unless they have catapults. Okay, so that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Some of the tips in here were kind of stupid and not very helpful, but you know, some of them did like show you small differences and give you some advice. Most people are pretty new to this game and or don't care enough, so this video will help them a lot. But for a lot of people, they're also going to know already a lot of these.